Welcome to update 6 of my low buy year. In this video, I'll be going over my journey into my low buy and what I've learned in the first 6 months of this year, what my progress has been, my rule of 12, and what I have been tempted by. So let's get right into it. Firstly, I have in the last 6 months, the record is that I still have only purchased one palette out of all 6 months that is in the play category. That's lipsticks, eyeshadows, highlighters, and blush. Those are my sort of Achilles heel. Those are items that I tend to overbuy that are a problem in my inventory numbers. And those are the products I gravitate towards, which are in excess of my sort of what I think what my ideal collection would allow. So I have only purchased one palette, and this is the cover for it, but it's the Tarte Aspian Ovart palette. So that is the only purchase this year. So I'm very, very proud of that. As you have heard probably a lot of times by now from me, usually by this time of the year, I've already spent $1,000 worth of purchases at Sephora, buying this and that, and they will often be included in there, lots of the items in those categories I mentioned. So my rule of 12 for this year is that I am still allowed to buy products in those categories, but no more than 12. So I'm obviously doing very good. I'm really surprising myself with my restraint. I also attribute to that obviously because of my project panning. So if you look at my numerous videos on different project panning challenges, I really think that's opened my eyes very wide to the fact that products take way longer than I think that I'm going to use them up, and I haven't touched half my collection in all this time in the last 6 months, and there is just no realistic point to buying more products to just sit there in my collection gathering dust and, you know, expiring. So I'm very proud of my progress. I will say I was feeling a little bit superior and a little bit, I guess, patting myself on the back that I've done so well. And I figured going into this update, I may have nothing else to report. I may be able to tell you, oh, I wasn't tempted by anything in this last month. And unfortunately, that's very far from the truth. I actually have been tempted many times. I thought I was, you know, quote unquote better than that, but I was not. There are several things that tempted me this month, and I'll go into each one. So the first one is old news by now, but I have marinated on it and have been watching videos on it, so it's still sort of new to me, which is the NARS face palette. So there are several options. I'll pop a picture up here, and I was really attracted to, well, actually I was really attracted to two of the 4 palettes, I think 3 or 4 palettes that were available, and they just look so good. They just look so good, and I love NARS as a brand. They're a makeup artist brand, a very OG brand, and they put out quality products. So I'm trying to pan this blush from my project pan. If you don't follow me there, it's called New Attitude, and this is kind of a perfect dupe to one of the blushes in that palette. So, you know, once again, when I want something, my thought process is I want it. Here are the reasons why. And the reason why I want that face palette is because, you know, it's convenient because it's got blush, bronzer, highlight, and a second blush in there. So it's almost an all-in-one. And those colors really attract me. So when I want something, I think about why I want it, and then I think about why I shouldn't get it. Here are all the reasons why I shouldn't get it. And one huge reason, ta-da, I've been trying to pan this for 6 months, and I started out with a dip, and there is still a dip, and there's no pan in sight after 6 months of usage. So now granted, not every day did I use this palette, this blush by any means, but still, you know, I've been focusing on this blush and no movement in the pan. So why would I want to add another very similar blush to my collection, not to mention bronzer, highlighter, and additional blush, just to have it once again sit there and take forever to use up? I'm pretty sure I can dupe all of the colors in that face palette. They just don't go together in a palette, and that's no reason to buy a new product. So those are kind of the reasons why I shouldn't want it, and I was able to easily resist that temptation. So that is definitely crossed off the wish list. The second item is not so easy. It is new flavors from Laneige. And another typical sort of stereotype that I subscribe to is that I love bubble tea. I love bubble tea. And they came out with 2 bubble tea flavors, green tea, matcha, and taro. And I am so excited about them, and I really want them so badly because of the flavors, because of the marketing. For sure they got me. And that's definitely high on my wish list. Although lip balm isn't technically a playlist item, if I were to purchase one, I would definitely count it as one of the 12, just because even though I didn't officially state that, I have many lip balms. I definitely do not need another lip balm. So I am heavily considering purchasing them, and they are limited edition, which is another nudge in the purchasing direction. So my sort of plan is to sniff them in store and pick one of the 2. Definitely don't need both, but you know, if both smell just amazingly irresistible, I may get both. But at a minimum, I will definitely need to declutter or use up 2 lip balms so I can make space for them in my collection. But having the caveat that I'm not going to throw out perfectly good lip balms just to get these 2 into my collection, or 1 into my collection. So I will inspect my lip balms very closely. The one thing I do know is that I have a lot of old lip balms in my collection which probably have expired. So I'm going to actively dig into my lipstick box and look for those. Look for the very old lip balms because they are expired, and I probably will throw them out when I do encounter them in my Project Apocalypse video anyway. So I'm going to just dig through and see if I can find them. So if I declutter 1 or 2 lip balms from my collection that were going bad anyway, I will allow myself to purchase 1 or 2 of these lip balms because this is kind of just my thing, and I just want them. I really do want them, and I'm willing to make space in my 12 items to make space and account those into this category into this year's purchase. But we will see. I have certainly not pulled the trigger. I also want to hopefully wait till the Sephora sale so that I can, or at least a very good promotion on Sephora, so I can take advantage of it with these purchases. But I haven't pulled the trigger yet. They don't count so far. Lastly, something that's really exciting again is that Hourglass has come out, or they haven't come out, but there's been a release or a sneak peek of their holiday face palettes. I know, so early in the year, we're still in July, and you know, they've already been spoiled. My sort of my temptation is the middle palette. The middle palette has a dim light, looks like, because the shades haven't been released when the picture has leaked, so I don't think they meant to announce it, so there's no shades attached. But just from my practiced eye and from knowing Hourglass pretty well, the middle palette looks like there is a dim light and a sublime flush in the face palette, and those are the blushes I've been wanting from Hourglass, those specific shades, Sublime and Mood Exposure, because those 2 blushes, I had a Mood Exposure which expired, and Sublime I've wanted to get. It's been on my wish list for ages and ages, so I may very well purchase that during the Sephora sale in November. So going back that much ahead, but definitely not now, and they're not on sale anyway. And then meanwhile, I may try to talk myself out of it, because for those of you familiar with my collection, I already have 3 or 4 of those palettes. So, you know, I definitely don't need another one, but it may be too good to resist because there's face powder in there that I will use up for sure. And then those 2 blushes I have wanted for a very, very long time. But that it remains to be seen. I may be able to resist it until then, or at that time when it's on sale. We will see. So those are the things on my radar that I'm tempted by, but black and white on paper, I have only just purchased 1 product this year. So please let me know your low buy and no buy journeys this year, if you've been tempted by anything, and what your thoughts are. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.